What do you think? Do you think getting Cousins would be good? Bad? Ugly?
Okay, yeah, and that's the question I was just about to pitch to you. But yeah, we can do this. Here we go.
Oh, you're too late.
Too late. Okay. It is not a hard decision for Kirk Cousins to come to the Vikings. It is a hard decision for Rick Spielman to pull the trigger. And here's why. Now look, by far Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback in this free agent class. But how does he rank in terms of the NFL? Remember we talked in our first ever Kirk Cousins show edition when you had him ranked like 13th? 12th. And, we had other quarterbacks above him. Is he worth $30 million? Mike Zimmer said at the Combine, he said, I don't want this one decision to suffer the defense, because that's really what this team is. Now, granted, he also said, if I make the wrong choice at quarterback, I could get fired, or I will get fired. But I think he was just kind of being a little light on that. But there's a lot of risk that comes involved here, and there's risk with signing any free agent. But when you're signing $30 million, Kirk Cousins, they say, wants a 3-year deal. And he's going to want a lot of money guaranteed. So you could say, a 3-year, $90 million deal with $30 million a season. And maybe the Vikings could find a way to structure it to maybe where they give him a lot of money in the first year, and then the last 2 years have a little bit less money, so then they can afford to re-sign Barr, Kendricks, Diggs, Hunter. But at the same time, it's going to be a hit against the cap, and it's going to affect our roster. Now, if the Vikings win a Super Bowl, no one's going to care. Like if we win a Super Bowl, like say in the next 2 years with Kirk Cousins, but then our team falls apart like the Ravens did, and it's kind of just meh after that.
Like the Broncos did.
Do you think Broncos fans care? I mean, they care now because they're losing, but do you think like when they look back on it, do you think like they wouldn't go after Peyton Manning and sign all those free agents because they only won one Super Bowl? No, they won a Super Bowl. Do you think Eagles fans are upset with who their quarterback was or how they're, what I mean? They won the Super Bowl. You don't care how you win it. You just want to win. So I think there's a lot of risk when it comes to signing Kirk Cousins. And I think that the Vikings really have to be wary. And as much as we talk, I think it's time to get down to it. I think if Kirk Cousins comes here, I think we will be successful. But it's like, okay, now how is this going to work? Because Kirk Cousins is going to have to establish rapport with Diggs and Thielen and Rudolph again. He's going to, not saying that he won't, but it's going to have to start that thing all over again. It's going to be interesting. It's just because on paper it's going to work doesn't mean it's going to work. And basically what I'm saying is I think that there's a lot of risk involved with this on the Vikings side of things. With Cousins, not so much. With the Vikings, it is, because this is the defining moment of the Vikings window here. Because people say draft a quarterback, no, there's no way that you're going to draft a quarterback and expect to win a Super Bowl right away. But by the time that guy gets mature, the team will already be aging. So your window to win is now. So there's an urgency to go after an established quarterback like Kirk Cousins. But if the Vikings get this wrong, the window's over. What do you think?
I think we need to pay this man and bring him to Minnesota. You mentioned my quarterback hierarchy. I had him at 12, I believe. But that was because he played with a Washington team who was in shambles. Name me Washington's best wide receivers this last year.
Terrell Pryor,
Josh Doxson.
Josh Doxson, the Redskins version of Laquan Treadwell.
He didn't have it wide receivers. Jordan Reed, who never plays
one good year.
He's hurt.
Never had a good. They got rid of Alfred Morris.
Is awful.
No offensive line.
Everybody says, "Oh, Chris Thompson was a pretty good fantasy back. He was a good fantasy back," and then he got hurt. Then they had nobody. Chris Thompson's not even as good as one of our 3 running backs was.
Mm-hmm.
If we give Kirk Cousins, I watched him at Michigan State, sophomore, junior, senior seasons. Michigan State's a good football program. He was successful. Up until Connor Cook came, he was the winningest quarterback in Michigan State history. And now he's going to get a chance to come in and play with a stable Minnesota organization. Like CJ said, we are very much more stable, and we have a better surrounding everything than the Jets do.
Or the Broncos, even, for that matter.
Well, exactly. And so I think we take Kirk Cousins in, and this is what not just the Vikings need, but also what Cousins needs to get his career really going.
He's 26-30-1. He's got, like, he sees this window. If he goes to the Jets, he's not going to win right away.
I think that this is it's the best possible. Maybe there's somewhere else that Cousins could go to, but right now with the teams that are out there, this is the best possible place that he can go. And I think that and it's difficult because it's not like I'm not a fan of Teddy.
I'm a huge Teddy guy. I'm actually on the hype train to bring him back, but I don't think
He
he's going to
hasn't
come
played a
back.
football game in 2 years, other than an interception against Detroit.
Detroit?
Yeah.
Cincinnati?
Oh, yeah. Cincinnati. It was in a dome. That's why I got confused. We play in a
our
stadium.
dome.
Sorry.
But
Against Cincinnati. Against a bad defense.
But it was garbage time, and the offensive line was like on the second group.
I'm not saying that it was all on Teddy.
No.
But still, that's about all we take from that game is the interception.
Yeah.
There's risk there, too, because he hasn't played in 2 years. You don't know what you're signing, even.
The safe thing, though, is that it's for a lot less money.
That's true.
But that's pretty much it. There's pro cons to each thing, and it's a tough decision. And I'm glad that I don't have to make it. I just have to analyze it.
And like I said, guys, if we sign Kirk Cousins, that means that I will be getting a Kirk Cousins jersey and wearing it the first opportunity I'm given on the show.